Hello everyone, I'm Tony Monaco, Hammond organist and keyboardist. I'm honored to offer to you now live online lessons. We can take lessons one-on-one in real time, and all you really need is a simple MIDI controller, a computer, and the ability to get on the internet. And with that and some software, we'll quickly be able to start lessons learning how to play the organ or piano or keyboard. And you don't even have to own an organ or a piano or a keyboard. All you really need is a simple MIDI controller, which are available very inexpensively. And with that, we can begin the journey of taking lessons and learning how to play. So get a hold of me at b3monaco.com and click on the online lessons link. And it has all the directions and the software that you'll need in order to do this. And soon you'll be able to connect with me. You'll be able to be linked to my calendar in order to schedule your lessons when you like. If you live in a foreign country and don't speak a language, with your interpreter, we'll be able to take lessons. I'll work with you. We'll extend the time a little bit, make it work. So it doesn't matter. I really love to teach, and I'm looking forward to finding you. And I hope you're brave enough to find me and do this. All you need is a simple MIDI controller. They're as cheap as $100. If you already own a computer and you have the internet connection, you're almost there with just a little bit of software. That's how easy you can get into this. And then, of course, if you have a vintage organ or piano or a keyboard, then we'll be auditioning things that you do with that through the microphone and the webcam, and do the modal and theoretic harmony and all that stuff through the internet with the software, one-on-one, and it's really cool. So these are real music lessons live, one-on-one with me. They're not tape recorded or pre-recorded things, so we can be in real time answering your questions and moving forward with a plan that works best for you. I really look forward to it. Remember, b3monaco.com. Go onto the online lessons link. Follow the directions. If you have any questions, there'll be a place for you to get a hold of me. All right? See you on the other side. Let's have some fun. All right, so now here we are. I wanted to take you through some keyboard setups and how you can do this in order to take lessons with me. Remember, the simple part is all you have to have is like a simple MIDI controller. And as long as it has 61 notes, I have one back here, then you're cool. This is a Key Station 61. Cost about $150 or less. A simple laptop and a webcam. That's all you really need to start the lessons. But say you do have a vintage organ, then you can set your MIDI controller on top and your computer, and we can do lessons that way. So you could be playing your organ, and then we could do the examples on the controller. If you don't have an organ, but you really want to get into two manual work because you're ready to do that, and you already have something like one of these Hammond XK1s or XK3s, or a Korg or a Nord that's already set up for two manual, there's simple MIDI out and a MIDI interface into your computer. You could then do two manual work, because these keyboards have what's known as MIDI merge, allowing you to put a lower manual or pedals into them, and it sends out of the signal, the MIDI signal, one signal with all the channels combined, merged together. But you could take a keyboard like that and a controller, and you could put it right on top like this, because the software dictates the sound, and here you have a two-manual organ. Note that this is a USB controller, and the bottom is a MIDI controller. No problem, the USB can be separately powered, but the two MIDI outs could be merged, or this MIDI out can be sent in, and the XK can send the signal to the internet MIDI. So therefore, we could have a two-manual solution with this. If you had two keyboards like this, where you have a piano and a MIDI keyboard, this is a nice profit from Dave Smith. But if you had these two keyboards racked on top of each other, they have two MIDI outs and maybe no MIDI merge, they sell an inexpensive alternative called MIDI merge that will allow you to take the two MIDIs out, put them into one, and then we could do 2 manual work. However, remember, really most of our work is going to be single manual, because I'll be working with you on bass lines and harmony. And then when we get into 2 manual work, that's the time we can talk about that. But I want you to know that eventually we're going to be able to do 2 manual work by just using simple stacking of keyboards. And there's a billion combinations. I like this little key station because it's flat on top, and you can set another keyboard right on top. So that works out real well. And if you already have a 2 manual solution like the Hammond XK system or the Nord C1 or C2 that's already built with 2 manuals, then you're already set. They already have MIDI merge, and we'll be doing 2 manual work immediately. If you want a little bit more control, then you'll want to look at a controller more like this one. This is an Axiom Pro 49. And what I do a lot of times is I just take my laptop on a gig, actually. I've done this in South Korea with Pat Martino. I used the key station 61 because it has 61 notes, and I'm able to do, 2 manual work. And I would have that as the lower manual, okay? And then imagine this sitting right on top of it. Now we have 2 manuals. Once again, the upper manual being 49 notes, that was okay because I didn't need the extra octave down here. But these kind of controllers are nice because they allow you to have expression pedal in and sustain pedal, and you end up with a nice keyboard controller anyhow with 2 manuals. So if you're doing some piano work and synth work, you can separate it. But if you want to do 2 manual organ, you're right in with a volume pedal, and even the sliders correspond to your drawbars with a little bit of ingenuity and programming. So it depends on which direction you want to go. If you don't have anything and you want to get started, but you want to get started really, really inexpensively, then I'd say buy this Key Station 61 and that in your laptop, and we can get started. That's all you really need. If you want a second manual by that time, this is the way to go. Okay, or if you're already in with other MIDI keyboards, this might be nice just as a secondary one to stack them on top of. And I say that because it's flat. It's flat along here. If you have the XK1, it's nice as well. You could just set these keyboards right on top of them because they're flat on top. So, make your adjustments. But if you want to do 2 manual work right away, it's going to be very simple, and the investment is minor when you're talking about just a simple MIDI merge. So don't be afraid to dabble and ask me some questions, and I will show you on my website where you go onto the online lessons link some of the combinations that you can use, some of the keyboards that I like. Roland makes a new one. It's a cakewalk one. I like it. It's got the same kind of features as this Axiom does. And I believe there's another one, Akai. Yeah, I think they have a nice keyboard that has similar characteristics in the sense that you can put expression and foot pedal. So when you're looking for those keyboards for the top manual, then you'll want to take a little bit of closer look and find out which one feels the way you like it. And think about the application. Should I, at that point in time, consider maybe buying an organ sounding module or keyboard like the XK series, or someone from another manufacturer like Korg or Roland or Nord or whoever else is manufacturing. So go to my website, b3monaco.com, hook on the online link, and right there you'll find how to set up all this stuff. And, we'll be taking lessons pretty soon. So don't get intimidated by all this. I just want to show you all the combinations. So no matter what you have, as long as we have one keyboard with MIDI, and you have a keyboard, and you have a computer, and the web connection, we're pretty much there other than a little bit of software. And remember, the sound is going to be the software on your computer. That's why I'm showing you all these combinations. No matter what you have as you play, it won't be its tone generation that's going to be transmitting the data. It's going to be the MIDI data that transmits, and then your computer and my computer will hear in real time what we're doing as it plays it through your little software package that might have an organ hooked up to it, an organ module. It could be the B42 or VB3 or EVB B3. Any of those softwares will work for us. I'm not going to say that you have to have any one. As long as it has tone wheel generation, we can do organ lessons. Of course, if you want to work piano harmony or just harmony in general, we don't have to have any tone generation at all, and a simple MIDI controller and the internet MIDI program will be able to take the lessons pretty quickly. All right, so I think we're done with this part, and I'm going to move over and show you a couple more things.